Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Karen Marie and today is a Friday sews video. So I wasn't originally going to do a Friday sews this week just because I released the video with the collaboration with Rachel from the French Seams on Wednesday, and I tried to limit myself to one video a week because I know how easy it is to get a little bit overwhelmed when the inbox in YouTube is full. So yeah, but I'm making an exception because I received some lovely things in the mail this week and I finished a make and I picked the fabric for my jeans. So I thought, you know, I'll do a Friday sews anyway. So, you know. First of all, thank you so much to any new subscribers. You're very, very welcome to my little sewing corner of the internet. And yeah, I had a little surge of new followers since the release on Wednesday, and quite a few of you have said that you kind of drifted over to my channel from Rachel, and it is so lovely that you're here with us. And I mean, this is not my day job. I'm not a professional at all in the video and sewing world, but you know, so I try not to pay too much attention to the number of subscribers and likes and all of that kind of thing, because it kind of distracts me from what the purpose of this channel was. But you know, I'm only human. So I do get a little bit of a buzz every time I see that I have new subscribers coming in. So thank you so much for that, and for all the lovely comments that you left on the video on Wednesday. I'm genuinely excited to get started on the jeans collab with Rachel. So yeah. So before I head on to what I got this week, etc., I'm just going to quickly share what I'm wearing. And it is a sort of hack of the toaster sweater by Sew House 7. And that's one of my favorite patterns to sew up. It's really quick and it's so satisfying to wear and so comfortable. But in this version, I actually put a hood on because I do love a hoodie. It's so cozy. And yeah, this is the hood pattern from Chalk and Notch page. So I didn't even have to alter it because it crosses over anyway. So yeah, just smack the hood on the toaster. This is a quite lightweight French terry from Selfmade that I got earlier this summer. So I'll just stand up quickly and show you. I've been wearing it all day and it's very roomy and nice to have when you're sort of doing house projects. And we're kind of in the middle of a little house project that is sewing related, kind of partly. So I'll share more about that in a minute. But yeah, okay, let's go into what I received this week. So a few months ago, I was tipped off to a new label maker, or they might not be new, but I had never heard of them before. And it is the Cozy Club Handmade. And it was one of the YouTubers that I follow on a regular basis that mentioned them, and the labels were just so cute that I could not help myself. But I was coming back to the page all the time and kind of removing something and adding something, and in the end I actually was genuinely surprised when it arrived because I couldn't remember which 3 packs I had chosen, but you know, but I'm going to share them with you because they are so lovely. And the first one is so they have different prints on the front and the back, and you can choose which one you want to face front. This is called, this says beautifully handmade, and on the back it says, "You are the bee's knees." And it's green with this little like yellow honeycomb on it. And I just thought those were so sweet. And I don't have any green labels at the moment, but yeah. And this one So very, very true. There are some, swearing signs, and it says, oops, mistakes were made, solutions were found. And it has this little seam ripper. This applies to the make that I'm going to show you in a moment too. And the last packet I got, it says, hey you are amazing. I've got your back. And it has a llama on it. And this made me think of my mother, who really loved llamas. So these were so fun and so cute. I can't wait to open them and use them in some of my makes. The other thing that arrived this week were, oh, sorry about the rustling, these. And it's not very easy to see what they are, but they are paper hexagons. And that's because I've been thinking that I really want to try English paper piecing, or EPP. And I first came across this only a few years ago when I watched Nikki from the Stitch Sisters. She had made a scrappy quilt with this technique, and oh my goodness, it was so gorgeous. And then recently I was reminded when Shannon makes, I'll link these channels below, by the way. She was recently on a tour with her company, I believe, and she needed a project that could fit into her luggage. And she kind of dived into EPP without knowing too much about it beforehand. So I kind of, I want to try that. I've made a few quilts before that I've made on the sewing machine. So not English paper piecing. And I love making quilts. I really, really want to get back into that. And I do think that I'll make a quilt quite soon, because there's something about doing all those kind of straight seams in a row that's really kind of repetitive and quite like mindfulness practice kind of thing. So yeah, I really will do that. But in a couple of days, my family and I are going up to the cabin that we have in the mountains, and I can't very well bring my sewing machine. So I thought that was a perfect opportunity to try to get started on my EPP quilt. So I haven't had much time for sewing, but I have finished one make, and I finished that today. And this is it. I haven't even tried it on to take pictures or anything yet, but July is coming to its end, and then there will be a July makes video with all the pictures and everything. But here she is. This is the Atelier Jupe Freda blouse, and I've had a little rosy cheeks label in there that says made in me time. I thought it went well with the colors. And this is a viscose linen that I got from Rainbow Fabrics. And I didn't hem it the usual way. I did the bias binding hemming, which is something that I'm really enjoying doing these days. And it's made by the Specky seamstress, Laura, and her bias binding is really top quality. And these are kind of multicolored buttons. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this now because it's a Friday sews. I want it to be quick, and yeah, makes video is coming up. But, well, this didn't go to plan at all. And I don't know really what happened, because I've made the Freda before. It suits me fine, and I've never had one single issue with it before. But now I was sewing on the collar today, and I totally botched it. I'm not going to go into it, but it looks pretty dreadful, the collar. But I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not unpicking that for a second time. And I bet no one's really going to notice anyway. So I'm going to wear it. I'm going to be proud that I made it, and I really, really love the color. So yeah, okay. So I have chosen the fabric for my Ash jeans. And for those of you who watched the introduction to the collaboration on Wednesday, you will know that Rachel from the French Seams and we are doing a collaboration. This is my first sewing collaboration. I'm really excited. And in that video, I talked a little bit about it's not always easy to find good quality denim with a bit of weight to it that also has stretch. That's the issue that I've been finding that challenges me the most, actually. And I did go over to Minerva straight after the introduction video to source some denim from them because I know they have like a good variety of denims available and everything. But it was actually really hard to find a denim that would suit my preferences that had any kind of weight on it. And as I said in that video, it's quite difficult to get high quality denim here that has more weight than 10 ounces or 10.5 ounces was the heaviest one that I could find that also had stretch. Yeah, I kind of looked through my stash again and I don't have a big stash at all, really. But I did look once more at the fabric that I had ordered from Rainbow Fashion in Oslo. So not Rainbow Fabrics, but Rainbow Fashion. And they had sold me that denim as a 400 grams, which is about 11.8 ounces, if my calculator is correct. And it had 2% elastane in it. When it arrived, I didn't feel like it was a good weight and the stretch was not great, but I actually did cut a 10 centimeter strip and used the stretch guide in the pattern to make sure it had enough stretch, and it just made the cut. So I am going to use the fabric that I sourced from Rainbow Fashion, and it is this one. And it looks black on screen, but it's not. Oh, fluff, sorry. Oh, fluff all over. Sorry. Come on, get off there. Okay, so here it is. It is very dark, indigo maybe? Is that what you call it? That's a pretty good rendition there. And I have 2.5 meters of this. As you can see, it's not, I mean, it has stretch, but it's not like stretchy. That kind of, you know, it doesn't feel like a very like good stretch, but it has give. And I think it's going to be enough for the ash, as I have actually tested it on the stretch guide. So yeah, I'm hoping that that will work out well. So now I only need to sort of decide on which of the 4 variants I'm going to use and the top stitching color that I want. So yeah, we are progressing, but I'll share more about that later. So the final thing I'm going to share with you is that I'm actually making some changes to my sewing space. Now we have sort of a utility space where we keep, I don't know, skis and old clothes and, well, my spin bike and everything like that. And it's also doubling as my sewing space and my husband's gaming room. So there are plenty of things in there. And well, it works quite well as a sewing room because I actually have to walk out my front door, around the house and in a separate door, which you would think isn't that kind of a faff. And you know what? That's perfect, because that means that when I'm in there, I'm in there. And no one can just call and say, I'm hungry, can you make me a sandwich? Or they have to make the effort of walking around and getting into me. And they tend to prefer to make the sandwich themselves instead of calling me. So it's actually great. But the room is very full and the lighting in there is bad for filming. So I would never film in there or anything. And my fabric stash is upstairs in my house where I'm sitting right now. And I don't have a cutting table. That's, you know, so whenever I'm cutting out something like bigger than a t-shirt, then I have to lay on all fours on my floor and cut out things. And you know, I'm too old for that now. My knees are protesting whenever I'm sort of on the floor for more than 5 minutes. So my lovely, gorgeous husband is actually at this moment in that utility room and building me a new cutting table. Yes. I'm going to share that with you once it's done, but right now it's chaos. But basically what he's been doing is reutilizing 3 like cabinets that we've been having down there to store, you know, all kinds of things in it. And he has sort of made those onto wheels so that I can actually move them around. And he has like a countertop on the top of that. And it is huge. It is now 120 centimeters wide and then 160 centimeters deep. And yeah, I'm going to show that to you, but you know, once I've cleared everything up in there, I'm going to show that to you. And of course, it was a little bit problematic now to find cutting mats for that table because it is so big. But today I've ordered 2 cutting mats from the UK, I think. 2 AO sized cutting mats. And I only have to cut off like this much for 2 AO cutting mats to fit on that table. And I'm really, really excited to see what it's going to be looking like once it's finished. So yeah, very exciting day here for me. And yeah, I really look forward to not having to lie on the floor to cut things out anymore. So yay for brilliant husbands. And I can't wait to share that with you. But anyway, I have been going on for way, way too long. And I am really hoping that if you have any comments or any, you know, things you want to share with me, please do leave them below. Thoughts on the Aaaaand jeans fabric, things like that. I would really like to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much again for coming over to my channel and hanging out with me. And yeah, your lovely feedback and comments really has made my day. So thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.